Hey guys, it's Alex. Finally back in Florida. Why? Because it's sunny. Look, there's sun. I'm happy. So, back in Florida. I'm going to head to Power by the Hour at lunchtime. Bought them a bunch of hats, Lund Racing hats, and I'm going to give them out because they like how the hats look. They're actually pretty good looking hats. So I said, hey, I'll buy them a bunch of hats, and they like free shit. Who doesn't like free shit? So I was on YouTube and watching Coyote Car Guy. He's over in Sarasota. He's sort of like the West Coast kind of Mustang guy of Florida. Great guy. And he brought up a subject that I've been wanting to talk about, but he beat me to it. So, if you think I'm stealing your stuff, Mr. Coyote Car Guy, don't take this as hijacking your stuff. I'm just trying to talk about the subject. Ford announced about last week or a week and a half ago that they're going to stop making sedans. They're going to stop making Fusions, Taurus, and other things like sedans, basically. Now, as the Coyote Car Guy alluded to on YouTube, it's plain and simple why they're doing it. It's not because they don't sell well in the United States. Hell, go outside right now. Go outside right now and stand in front of your house and watch about 5 Camrys, 30 Kias, Kia Soul, the new the Accord actually looks pretty good, believe it or not. The Honda Accord, the Nissan Maxima, the Nissan Altima, anything Japanese or Korean is pretty much fucking up anything Ford is doing. Now, Chevy does actually pretty well with their line of sedans. They have, a lot of the Cruises, a lot of the smaller cars like the Sonic, and their higher end sedans like the Cadillac ATS, CTS, CTS-V, things like that. They sell pretty well. Why? Because they're pretty good cars. They're pretty decent. Truth be told, I'm a Ford guy. I wave the Ford flag harder than anybody, and harder than anybody on social media, YouTube, anything. I love an F-150. I love the 6.7 diesel. But motherfuck their sedans. That's why I bought the Genesis. Now, this Genesis embarrasses anything Ford has that's in the same year. Now, this is a 2012 Genesis. Has 430 horsepower V8. It has an, it has an 8-speed transmission. It has, backup camera, navigation, all the bells and whistles in 2012. It even has adaptive cruise control. It has collision avoidance, and I got this car for $22,000 used. This is a long, nice, comfortable car, heated and cooled seats, you name it, and it's a freaking Hyundai. Right, people would look at it. Actually, the best thing I like to do is I put on a set of Mustang wheels on the Genesis, as I'll show you guys a little later. And it actually looks pretty good from, if you squint your eyes and look at it from a mile away, you're like, I think, ooh, look at that Mercedes coming through. And you're like, oh, it's a Hyundai. Even if you're up close and you don't understand the badging of the car, you were to say, that car looks pretty good. I mean, when you look at the car, it's a pretty decent looking car. Nothing special, nothing fancy. It's a Hyundai. And Ford still hasn't come out with a sedan that looks halfway decent, that makes 400 horse and is worth a damn. So that's why they're giving up on the market, because they have to compete with shit like this from Korea for under $30,000, and you get all the bells and whistles. And believe it or not, every once in a while, not that I give a fuck, older men, of course, if I'm at a restaurant or anything, they kind of come up to the car and look at it and they're like, what is this? Because it looks good. It runs really good. It's good for about a low 13 in the quarter. It's over 4,000 pounds. Fully loaded, got a trunk that you could put 3 or 4 dead bodies in, and a transmission. And I'm telling you, Ford is really dropping the ball on the sedan market. Now, I drove an SHO. That thing, it wasn't my favorite. It had torque steer because it's all-wheel drive. So when you floor it, the steering wheel goes, whoa! And I was like, I'm not rolling with this shit. I don't want that. I want to be able to leave an intersection, goose it, and not have to worry about, the steering wheel taking a hard left. I want to just be able to drive the thing comfortably. That's why I bought this Genesis. I drove a 460 Lexus, an L, the long one. And again, used because I'm broke as fuck. And I loved this car. This car was fast, zippy, felt nice, looked great. Boom, bought it. Now, Ford is fucking up in the US market when it comes to the sedans. But in the Australian market, they have some of the coolest sedans like ever made. They have the Falcon, the FPV GT, I think it's called. Some came with 24 valve, straight 6 Barra engines with turbos. The fuck are we doing? Not bringing that shit over here. The Aussies have had some great luck with their, alternative sedans because they love a sedan. I remember Matt Coates came here from MFP Australia, and he took a picture of a Crown Vic, and he was like, "Whoa, look at this Crown Vic, mate! Oh my god!" As he's rubbing, his, kangaroo balls. Oh, look at this! And I'm like, "The fuck? It's a Crown Vic. It's a P71 taxi. What the hell do you give a shit about that?" He goes, "Oh man, you don't see those back in Australia." And I was like, "Oh shit, I think he's right. We see this as a piece of shit taxi, cop car, whatever it is. He sees it as this potential platform that he can just boogie with, basically." So they have the FPV GT. They also have the Falcon with the 5.4 liter Navigator style engine, the 32 valve. I think they call it the Boss engine. They also have another one with the California engine. I don't even know what the hell that is, but some came supercharged with a 5.4 on a sedan. What the fuck are we doing here in the United States, Ford? Well, I'm thinking Ford is trying to be progressive and get into the, hybrid vehicle market, which I understand, but, that's if you want to cater towards gay guys. Nothing against gay guys, but it's some gay shit, okay? I'm one of those guys that I'm going to have a V8 until I freaking die, and if there's a carbon tax I have to pay to drive it, I'll pay it because I want to drive it. Same like for people that get 0% tint, and even though they're going to get a ticket, with 0% tint. They still ride out with it. That's how I am with V8s. Now, if a Barra engine somehow makes its way here to the United States, you damn skippy, I'm fucking with that. But the problem is, Ford, specifically Ford, isn't about that life. Isn't about the sedan, getting shit done life. Do you know how many people buy a Mercedes AMG? Look, I don't know my designations on Mercedes, so please forgive me because I'm not a fucking pinkies out snob. Some of the faster, cooler cars are big 4-door sedans that are high 5 figures, low 6-figure cars. People just buy them. Why? They're fast, they're comfortable, they got a ton of nut, they're cool, and it's more like a status symbol. Ford, I think, is missing out on the status symbol. When you guys see a V3 Cadillac, what's the first thing you think when you see it? You're like, that bitch is nice, that bitch is baller, that motherfucker's got some money. As opposed to when you see a guy with a Camaro or something, you're like, that guy's a homosexual. With a V3, you say, that guy's baller. When you see a guy with an SHO, you go, that guy's a homosexual, or he's 50. So basically what I'm alluding to is to the fact that Ford is not gonna get it when it comes to that. They probably have someone in upper echelon people that, oh yeah, we should do like the Teslas are doing, and then the guys in Australia are doing 80-mile-an-hour rolling burnouts with their 1,000 horsepower Barra engine Falcons or whatever the fuck they have down there, and we're over here sticking with the Mustang. Now, truth be told, now the Aussies got the Mustang over there, and they understand what we've had for a while. They love that shit because it's just a better engine. But if we can get some of the Falcons over here, could you imagine a left-hand drive Falcon with a 5.4 with a supercharger, like a 2.3 TVS or something like that, like a Trinity blower, think of a GT500 with 4 doors. Imagine how many old motherfuckers with the Larry Bird socks and, the collared shirt tucked into your Docker shorts. You guys saw my dick, right? So Docker shorts that would be buying that shit, aka Corvette owners. They'd be buying that shit in a heartbeat. 650 horsepower potential and 4-door, comfortable, fast, badass. Ford's never gonna do it. Why? They just don't get it. They just don't get that market. Little carbon credit and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, fuel economy. Fuck that shit. People will buy it. Trust me. But they're not gonna do it. So you're gonna be stuck with hybrid vehicles, SUVs, trucks are fine, and Mustangs are going to be around forever, but Ford's really dropping the ball, not creating or getting a fast sedan up and going. The Aussies are having all the fun. Maybe I can convince Matt Coates to send up a Falcon to show you guys what I'm talking about, what Ford makes in other markets, and they let us stick with the goddamn SHO fucking Fusion and some other bullshit. Ugh. Anyway, just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on the latest news from Ford. Talk to you later.